Hello everybody, welcome to another 1 versus 1 Red Alert Quickmatch, and here is your boy YamatoSpecial casting another game here for you. So interested to see what happens here. In the top left hand corner we have the player Forehead, the yellow allies player looks like, and in the bottom right hand side we've got SovietTime, and appropriately named, he is definitely playing the Soviets. So we're going to be seeing an ally versus Soviet game on the map here, Path Beyond. And of course, and just like every other game that we cast here, we're going to see the starting units coming out, looking to get some more scouting and some map information here, trying to see as much as they can. Soviet pushing in both directions. And let's see, Forehead currently with, I'd say, more of a spread here with the units. Looking at the mini map here, seeing a whole lot more of the map at one time, I would say. So both players trying to get their scout on. SovietTime here pushing with some riflemen. We'll see if he does some micro, maybe takes this out, and anything else he comes across. Let's see what happens here. So it looks like Forehead seeing this and trying to negate it as best he can. Probably building some more units here back at home and pushing down south, and looks like that's what he's doing. SovietTime here with 4 units left. See what's going on back home. So it looks like SovietTime base crawling up here, likely trying to get closer to these gems. Maybe that's the play. It looks like we have we've chosen to place an ore refinery down here and just eat up these gems here. So maybe we'll be seeing this refinery get sold later and recoup some of those funds. That might give a early boost to SovietTime's eco here. So let's see what happens. The harvester has nothing more to do there. SovietTime here pushing with some more units, trying to get the scout of the base, but probably going to be denied here by the units from Forehead. Easily probably going to be cleaning that up. Yes, of course. Let's see what's going on here in the middle of the map. Forehead just looking like he's looking for more map vision. Definitely a good idea. Back here, SovietTime got a war factory down, pushing out with the first heavy tank. And let's see what tanks we see here from Forehead. Forehead choosing to opt for the medium tanks. So let's see what happens here. Medium tanks, of course, going to cost less and move a little bit quicker than the heavy tanks, but heavy tanks have quite a bit of damage and can shred through tanks when in large numbers. So we'll see how this plays out. Looks like Forehead just going ahead and scouting here some more, trying to get some more map vision. This is currently what he can see. Let's see how SovietTime's looking. Soviet definitely having some good map vision as well. Would love to see some more from both players. Something happening here on the map, not really sure, but looks like Forehead here pushing out with some medium tanks and gonna easily take out the scout there from SovietTime. Looks like we have a small engagement over here. SovietTime probably going to be getting ran over, probably not going to get too much more scouting here, but let's see what happens. Forehead pushing out with the tanks, so let's see. We have SovietTime sees this and wisely is pulling back, trying to get the other tanks here all together so before this engagement happens. And like we've said before, once you go in on a tank battle, you can't really pull out of it. Definitely have to do what you can. All these shots here, though, Soviet getting the jump on Forehead and kind of easily take out all these tanks, but he's not focus firing them at all. He's just kind of deciding to run by, maybe deciding, hey, why not go for the base? Let's see what happens here, though. Looks like SovietTime, yeah, wisely taking out those tanks. He's going to get another free one right here, though not much Forehead really can do. Could be using the Q move and getting a couple shots on these tanks while he's running away, but let's see what happens. He does have 4 tanks here, but a mighty number of heavy tanks here for SovietTime, and of course pumping more. So likely using the select all units and just replenishing his push here. Forehead continuing to build tanks, so we're definitely going to be seeing a tank on tank game. And looks like Forehead here pushing out with some more ore silos, doing the base crawl, probably trying to get close to the patch here with all the gems. Again, gems are going to be giving you a lot more resources. Looks like SovietTime again, though. I believe these are grenadiers and a couple riflemen trying to maybe do a sneaky scout here on the backside, since all the focus here has been on the right side of the map here. So let's see if SovietTime gets any more scouting information. Forehead definitely sees a bit more of the base here. SovietTime pushing in there, though, finally breaking through the wall and seeing Forehead's base. So let's see what happens here. Forehead cleaning that up and easily running over those units. Looks like SovietTime here decides to push in. Now that he has some vision of the base, he basically sees everything. And Forehead, well, both players see each other's base, so no secrets anymore. Let's see what happens here. SovietTime building an advanced power plant, very interesting. Don't see too much of this in ladder. Generally games go pretty quickly. You don't see a whole lot of the advanced power plants, but here we go, looking for the engagement here in the middle of the map, and let's see what happens. SovietTime continuing to base crawl here, getting these power plants and getting closer to this patch. So both players looking to, you know, make sure their eco is very strong here, very important. And well, let's see what happens. Looks like we're just waiting for this big tank battle to happen here. Both players hesitating a little bit, making sure it's the right time, but it looks like we're going to see the engagement here finally. SovietTime and Forehead both probably using the Q move here, and let's see how this works out. SovietTime, of course, having more damage on the tanks, but it looks like Forehead has slightly more tanks here, but definitely needs to start doing some damage. See how this plays out. We're getting very close here to SovietTime's base, so if Forehead can take these tanks out, he can start chipping away at some of these buildings here. Looks like Forehead having some more units. Looks like he's going to probably be able to clean up SovietTime's tanks. He's falling back a bit here, and of course Forehead splitting his units, getting a couple shots there on the Harvester, trying to deny the eco, but Forehead here coming around and getting a surround on Soviet, but definitely needs to keep engaging these tanks. We've got a couple tanks here still focusing on this Harvester, so let's see what he decides to do and how this is going to play out. Looks like Forehead reinforcing his army, SovietTime trying to save this Harvester, but it goes down, so one less Harvester here for SovietTime to rely on for funds. Forehead here pushing down with his tanks, and it's not looking too good for SovietTime, unfortunately. Let's see what happens though. SovietTime losing all of his tanks here pretty quickly. Forehead looking pretty good, shooting down the power plant, but now refocusing on the war factory, of course, trying to stop the tank production. Runs over the infantry there that existed on the field, and looks like Forehead's going to be taking out all of SovietTime's tanks. So looks like this is going to be probably a GG situation here for SovietTime. And here we go. He's continuing to take out these tanks. Looks like there's a little bit of a spike in the speed of the game. Not quite sure what's going on there. Kind of a weird little glitch there maybe. But yeah, it looks like SovietTime GG's out, sells all of his buildings, and that's the end of it for this one. So a lot of build up, a lot of macro, and one big tank battle. That's kind of what we see here oftentimes on the ladder. So hope you guys are enjoying this, and congrats to Forehead. We will catch you guys on the next one.